Buenos dias, bonjour, welcome everybody to the European Flavour Association podcast. Our association represents the flavor industry, the people who put taste and passion into your food. And we're going to meet them one breakfast at a time. My name is Jimena, and I will be your host at the European Flavour Association Breakfast Club. Good morning. We are very happy to have with us for the first episode of our EFFA podcast, Alexandre Cevallos, President of the Spanish Flavor and Fragrance Association. In Spanish, AEFFA, Asociación Española de Fragancias y Aromas Alimentarios. Did I say it right?
Yes, perfectly.
So welcome, Alex. It's really a pleasure to have you with us. Good morning. Thank you for starting your morning with us. I would like to start with you a little tradition for this podcast of having our guests to tell us a little bit about their morning routine when it comes to food, of course, because you know we're all foodies in this industry. So how do you usually start your day? Are you a coffee person, tea? Do you have flavorings in your breakfast?
Well, I used to be a coffee person, but due to mild hypertension that was diagnosed to me during the pandemics, I had to adapt my habits. And now what I usually drink are infusions, mainly chamomile, and in very special occasions, caffeine-free coffee. But this happens now; it's very seldom. But there is one on these infusions. I drink chamomile here every morning in Spain. But when I visit our site from my company in Colombia, I enjoy very much a local infusion they call aromatica, which, as you can deduct for its name, it is flavored. They have
Of
several.
course.
The appearance looks like a tea, but it's a flavored, not even a tea, a flavored infusion. And they have there a kit. And when I'm in the meeting room, I take many of them. And the one I like the most is one that tastes of berries and breadfruits.
That's really interesting. So in the country of coffee, you go for this aromatica drink.
Well, yes, first because of my hypertension, but also when I didn't have hypertension, I did not usually take coffee there because they take it in a different way.
Okay.
They call it tinto. That for Spain this would be a red wine, but for them
Indeed.
it's
So
what they
not
call the
ideal for the morning.
no, not at all. But and they take this coffee, which is very long and it's brewed in a different way.
Okay.
So it's okay, but I like more the typical Italian espresso concept.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, that's really interesting. Always learn about food here. So this aromatica then its flavor and brings you memories of your trips to South America, to Colombia.
Yes. It's if, every time it has become like a kind of routine. When I'm there, I take the aromatica. Right.
That's very nice. And a little bit more about you. Where do you come from? And does this influence also what you eat?
Well, of course, where I come from and where I've lived influences very much what I eat, or at least what I am cooking daily. I was born and raised in Barcelona, and I've lived many years in Italy. This was when I started my career. So my portfolio of recipes is basically around Spanish and Italian traditional recipes, and this is what I eat at home. When I go to restaurants, and especially when I go abroad, I am much more open-minded, and I like to experiment things. And I like very much exotic kitchen, at least to give it a try. And in fact, when I visit the other sites of my company in Mexico or in China that they eat some strange stuff, they are very happy that there is a European willing to eat things that Europeans normally don't like to eat.
So they're
I'm
proud
not.
of you.
Yes, they are. They are. I'm not saying I like them all, but at least I give it a try. And yes, it's. I'm very curious about tasting. What are the typical dishes on every place I visit?
Would you say that this is a characteristic of our industry, that in general our colleagues tend to be excited about food and wanting to
Of
explore
course.
different tastes?
Yes, indeed. And yeah, it's. I've always been very curious. I have to say I like more eating than cooking, But being a chemist, I like cooking as well. So, and my wife is a chemist, but she doesn't cook at all. So this has obliged me to go deeper into the knowledge of the recipes of Spanish and Italian kitchen. In
Of
fact, I
course.
learned to cook when I lived in Italy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So you're a chemist and you're interested in food. Is that how you landed in the flavor industry?
Well, in a certain way, yes. It also helped that I was coming from a related industry, such as perfumery and fragrances. So most, let's say, a part of the operations I was already familiar with. But yeah, it was a combination of this already, let's say, a scientific or technical background and my own curiosity in taste and culinary science.
How long was this ago?
Well, quite much ago. Now it's my ninth year in the flavor industry.
Yeah, and I think for what I've heard, people tend to stay once they get into the industry.
Yes, 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 yes. It's a very special, very dynamic, very different from others. And also, we are like a kind of reduced family. In the end, we are a small
Indeed.
group, and in the end, we know each other. And once you get in, you don't want to get out.
Indeed. So, going a bit more into the core of the podcast, let's talk about policy, about Brussels, the role of Spain. We just finished the Spanish presidency, the Council of the EU. It was the second semester of 2023. Can you tell us a bit about the main dossiers that the Spanish presidency worked on in the context of food and agriculture?
Well, the Spanish presidency has mainly focused in agriculture initiatives. We've been some of them they are very important. Some others they might be of more interest of the Spanish area, which makes sense that if you
Of
are the
course.
president, that you try to move a bit the agenda towards the subjects that are of interest for your country. So one edge has been this resilience in production of agricultural products. Uh, we are very much influenced by the disruption in supply since COVID started. Now with the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and well, there's been one of the initiatives has been how to address this market disruption, how to increase the sustainability, seeing the climate change that as you know it's especially heavy in southern Europe,
Of course.
mainly in Spain. They've also have worked very hard in enhancing the value of agricultural products of protected geographical indications, and they've spotlight the opportunities for a rural initiative to have again this sustainable agricultural future in the EU. As you know, young people, they are not that interested in living in the rural areas
Right.
and in
Yeah.
going to the city. And again, this is especially exaggerated in Spain. It's not
Yes.
as extreme in other countries as it could be Germany or Italy.
Yes. And all of this has an impact on the flavor industry. I mean, these are broad
In a certain
food
way, of
industry
course,
issues,
yes,
but
yes, indeed. Anything that has to do with food has an impact or has an influence or flavorings can have a role in it.
of course. And the farm to fork strategy is supposed to be the main topic of the Commission when it comes to food. But do you think that it's been a priority for the Spanish presidency? How do you see the future of this strategy?
Well, despite being a very important initiative within the farm to fork strategy, to be honest, it has not progressed under the Spanish presidency. I think that might be due to two reasons. First reason is a local thing. As you know, the Spanish president has had an interim role almost since the
Yes.
beginning of its European mandate and was not nominated president till the end of November. So in these conditions, it's a bit difficult to move forward initiatives. So this would be, as I said, a local reason. But on top of that, there is also, I would say, a more general reason that the agenda is moving, even though officially it's still on the top of mind of Commission and the countries. they may have realized that the farm to fork strategy and the Green Deal published during the pandemics was a bit too, I would say, not optimistic, but not realistic or not focused on the right direction. So now, during the next 6 months, not due to the presidency, but due to the coming elections, I believe that this also will not move forward.
Of course, because coming elections means also a new commission. So by the time that we're on track, but the Spanish Association has been very active. Can you tell us a bit about the initiatives that you carried during the Spanish presidency?
Well, yes, we've been very much active in this 2023, and we've made several initiatives to underline the importance of the flavor and also fragrance ingredients in the value chain of food and consumer goods. Our association has placed significant emphasis on making tangible to politicians and to other stakeholders the implications of the Green Deal. Of course, not going against, because we have to go, but let's say putting the points, pointing out what things have to be considered and what are not being considered. One of the big initiatives has been the setting up of a platform of defense of the essential oils together with other associations like EFFA, EFFA, Stampa, and Alimpo. And within this platform, we have made two, I would say, road trips in the fields of Spain, that we are a producer of some essential oils like citrus oils and like lavender oils. We made a visit, as I said, with politicians and stakeholders in July to the lavender, and in November to the lemon groves. In the lavender, we showed to the Spanish politicians that there are sustainable farming practices during in the lavender production that contribute to preserve biodiversity, which is one of the headlines of the initiative, that maintain the soil health and that they reduce the carbon footprint of production processes. So just not to say to show that not only the ingredient is good for the products, but it's also good for the environment, for the soil, and for the area.
Of course, that
And
it has an overall positive impact.
yes, very very horizontal, in many ways. For the visit in November to the lemon groves, it was, let's say, a practical immersion on circular economy, because all these citrus essential oils, they're made out of the peel, as we all know from our industry, but politicians don't know it. So it's
So
also a
they were
practical
surprised.
example. Yes, they were very much surprised, and it's like an initiative of educating.
Of
So it's
course.
not it's not only it's not only communicating and showing, but also educating and providing the knowledge to the players that are making the rules or ensuring that the rules are implemented.
Of course, the practical examples of the impact that the legislation has.
Yes, very much, very much.
And have also exciting activities for beginning of 2024.
Yes, we will start 2024 taking advantage of these elections that will occur mid of this year. We have received very recently the confirmation from a Spanish MEP that will visit a local flavor company. And again, we will be insisting, but here we will be more targeted in the case of flavorings, that to comply with the objectives of sustainable and healthier food, they have to count on us, or in other way around. Without us, they will not be able to achieve their goals. And this
Indeed.
message will be, we will make, let's say, the right setting, but in the end, the target of our objective of this visit is that this message stays in the head of the MEP that will join us.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. Is Clara Aguilera, actually from the Socialist, and she's been the shadow rapporteur of the Food Farm to Fork strategy.
Yes.
So indeed, a key MEP, and maybe she can also update us a little bit on what can happen.
Yeah, no, and she is very much involved. I mean, she's not only, let's say, a member of, but I followed her activity very very in advance to this visit, and most of these initiatives of the agricultural area that I've listed before, I've seen in her LinkedIn posts that she's
Right.
everywhere.
Indeed.
And it's good. So this means that she will be interested. She will take this information, and I am confident that she will support our industry.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Looking forward to going to Barcelona for this
Yes,
one.
sure.
Also, in the context of AEFAA, you've been focusing on communication. You have revamped your website. Can you tell us a bit more?
Well, we've made a complete change of our website, adapting ourselves to the look and to the dynamics of today. Till last year, we had, let's say, a very, let's say, standard and old-fashioned website, and we've made really a huge, let's say, investment, not so much in money, but in thinking. What we want to do, we wanted to target the audience in the broadest way. So not only to keep our members informed just in time through both the website and LinkedIn, but also to help in educating the consumers and also in attracting eventually the few companies that are not still members of our association. So now our revamped website now offers real-time updates that ensure that our members have an easy and immediate access to the industry news, to scientific investments, to regulatory changes. And as I said, it has, let's say, a contemporary design that also is a bit to give the image, that our industry is creative, and the website in a certain way is your presentation card to
Of
the
course,
world.
it has to reflect that.
Indeed.
And and to do that, you're using your online presence in general, so also social media, LinkedIn in particular.
We since we are a small association, we decided to focus on LinkedIn, and well, in this LinkedIn is like our showcase, and as I said, to educate the audience, to create awareness of our industry, and to inform the followers, which may be members or not, about the latest regulatory developments. We've been, as I said, very intense. It was, let's say, a new thing also from last year. We are doing two posts per week and one monthly blog. And well, indeed, it's let's say it's a give and take. So we are, let's say, showing ourselves, we are sharing information, and we also, let's say, like to generate debate. So every comment, every like, it's a way that to ensure that there is an engagement
Of course.
from, as I said, from consumers, from other associations, from our members, from companies which are not members, and we are pretty happy about the success of this change because we have multiplied by 10 our followers.
That's
I,
huge.
I, we are about to reach EFFA in followers, I think, but
That's
I
good.
have to
Then we
check.
have
I
to
have to
keep
check.
working. No, but it's good because it's a way to open a platform for discussion and
Yeah.
indeed engage at different levels. So now maybe back to more personal questions. You know that at EFFA we are working on these videos and preparing this social media campaign about which is the taste that brings you to your happy place. So that one taste, that food that really makes you travel to happy memories. What will that be for you?
Well, what brings me to my happy place is the taste of a traditional Catalan soup called escudella, which you, Jimena, know, but
Yes, it's really good.
our colleagues from the industry may not know it, which basically it's a soup made of meat, vegetables, and legumes. So it will be like a diluted cassoulet, just to
Yes.
make it simple. And well, it brings me to my happy place because at my childhood, I was spending the summer holidays with my grandmother. And in spite of being a soup for winter, the grandmothers are not
Yeah,
distinguishing between summer and
absolutely.
winter for when you and every time I eat this soup, this brings me to my summer times with my grandmother, and I would say that it's definitely my Proust Madeleine is this dish.
It's funny because most of the people we have asked always answer with a question from their childhood, indeed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
something that makes you really travel to different places, to different years. So we are starting 2024 with you, and we would like to close with a wish. If you had one wish for 2024, for the planet, for the industry, what will that be?
Well, it's very difficult to have only one wish, and please allow me to say two
Of
wishes.
course,
I'll
you're
be
allowed
very
to have two.
I'll be very quick. I'll be very quick. The first one, in spite of sounding topic, is peace on earth, and I'm raising this because since the pandemic ended, we've entered in a dynamic of increasing wars and geopolitical tensions all around the globe. Even yesterday,
Yeah,
there was an issue between Iran and Pakistan.
indeed.
So this is taking really an exponential increase, and I think that when my wish would be this to disappear. I know it is not realistic, but at least that the souffle goes down, and it's impossible not to have any conflict, but to have it at a reasonable level, and not what we have at this moment. So this was my first wish.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah. And my other, which is more related to our industry and the consumers, is that I would really like that regulators and also industries set up effective and pragmatic initiatives in the field of sustainability. It's very good. It's fortunate that this topic is now in the agenda of everyone. It was not the case 5, 10 years ago.
That's true.
We are definitely in the right direction, but I have personally have the feeling we are shooting at too many targets at the same time, and we have to prioritize, not only to see where to focus our energies and resources, but also to clarify what is relevant and what is not.
Of
I
course.
mean, water consumption is clear for everyone, but I'll bring another example from our industry that there is a confusion between, or there might be a contradiction between carbon footprint and renewable. Because
Right.
renewable is good for a certain thing, but not necessarily a raw material from a renewable source has a lower carbon footprint than the synthetic one.
I
And
see.
this is a bit getting confusion to everyone. No? Where shall we go to? My wish would be that at least we have more clear ideas where to point and where to go.
So, peace on earth and efficient and pragmatic sustainability. That sounds like good wishes for 2024. A good way to close our podcast, also. Thank you so much, Alex, really, for being here. I hope you will come back soon, that you had a good time, and that you will come back.
Yes, I enjoyed very much speaking with you, as always, Jimena.
Me too, Alex, really. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the team of AEFAA, also to Germán, to all your members for the great work that you're doing. And yeah, see you very soon.
See you soon.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias a ti. Adiós.
Hasta pronto.